Let's start with a truth most people avoid. If discipline were easy, everyone would have the life they want. If comfort were harmless, no one would feel regret. Yet here we are, surrounded by convenience, stimulation, and ease, and still feeling tired, unfocused, and dissatisfied. The problem isn't that discipline is too hard. The problem is that comfort has become too attractive. The world is designed to keep you comfortable. Modern life removes friction from almost everything. Food arrives instantly. Entertainment never ends. Discomfort is optional. And while that sounds like progress, it comes with a hidden cost. Because growth only happens through resistance. And resistance is exactly what comfort removes. Why comfort feels so safe? Comfort doesn't announce itself as dangerous. It feels reasonable. It feels deserved. It feels like rest. Comfort says, you worked hard today. You can skip it once. You'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow quietly becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. Not because you failed, but because you delayed. Discipline isn't about force. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think it means punishment, rigid routines, extreme sacrifice. That's not discipline. Discipline is simply choosing what you want most over what you want now. And that choice has to be made repeatedly, especially when it's inconvenient. Why discipline feels heavy at first. Discipline feels uncomfortable in the beginning because it challenges identity. You're not just changing habits, you're changing who you believe you are. And the mind resists that. It would rather stay familiar than improve. It would rather be comfortable than uncertain. That resistance isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a sign you're finally doing something meaningful. The quiet cost of avoiding discipline. Avoiding discipline doesn't ruin life instantly. It erodes it slowly. It shows up as missed potential, inconsistent confidence, low self-trust, constant restarting. You begin doubting your own promises. And once self-trust is gone, motivation becomes fragile. Why motivation can't replace discipline? Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation shows up when conditions are perfect. Discipline shows up when they aren't. That's why motivated people start strong and quit early. And disciplined people progress quietly and consistently. Discipline doesn't rely on feeling good. It relies on commitment. The identity shift that changes everything. Here's the turning point most people never reach. Discipline becomes easier when it stops being something you do and starts becoming something you are. You don't ask, do I feel like doing this? You ask, is this who I am? Identity simplifies decisions. And simplified decisions create consistency. Why small acts of discipline matter more than big ones? People chase dramatic changes. They want overnight transformation, instant results, major breakthroughs. But discipline grows through small, boring actions. Showing up when no one is watching. Finishing what you start. Doing the task even when it feels insignificant. These moments build self-respect. And self-respect fuels confidence. Comfort versus fulfillment. Comfort feels good short-term. Fulfillment feels good long-term. Comfort avoids effort. Fulfillment requires it. And every meaningful life leans toward fulfillment, not ease. That doesn't mean life becomes harder. It becomes clearer. The turning point most people ignore. There's a moment everyone reaches. A moment where comfort no longer satisfies. Where distractions stop working. Where excuses feel hollow. That moment isn't a crisis. It's an invitation. An invitation to choose discipline, not because it's easy, but because it's honest. What discipline actually gives you? Discipline doesn't just build success. It builds self-trust, emotional stability, confidence, internal peace. Because you stop negotiating with yourself. And when the inner conflict ends, energy returns. Why this matters more than ever. In a world full of shortcuts, discipline is rare. And what's rare becomes valuable. Those who develop discipline don't just get ahead. They become grounded, respected, and internally strong. Not because they're special, but because they chose discomfort when comfort was available. Final reflection. If this message feels confronting, that's a good thing. It means part of you knows. I'm capable of more. Discipline isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming who you already know you should be. And that journey begins the moment you stop choosing comfort by default.